lot cleaner without all the unnecessary stuff in there. This is all we need to hook up the VESC, and that will run with just a front pad, a posi sensor. Little chamfer on the holes. And I originally did the holes at the exact same size just to make lining it up better. Now we just widen them out a little bit. And we're going to put this in here, line up the screw holes. Ooh-wee. So one of the things I have to do for this build is replace the power button. And taking this nose piece off, a lot of times these can get stripped very easily. There's 4 of these in the front. And on this one, I actually ended up having to drill it out. I still got to remove that screw head, but I had to drill the head off of it to actually get it because it was stripped and there was so much dirt in there I couldn't get it out. So what I've just done is filled this with hot glue to seal that off. It's got 3 more of those, plus it's got 3 screws there and 3 on the top, plus the 2 that connect into the foot pad. So honestly, these 4 screws aren't even really necessary as long as it's sealed up. Power button I wired up, which is a latching, which means in or out. The Trotter itself has a momentary, not a latching, so we got to swap that out, and basically it's right in there. I also put a dab of hot glue here, which will help keep these wires stronger. That's a break point if they wobble. Not that it's really an issue here, but might as well. Then after we tighten this nut down, I'll do another little dab of hot glue on there. And this is a waterproof power button. This goes back on. Gonna thread this right through here. Thread the power button right through there. This is the Bluetooth unit on the boards currently, which is no longer needed because the Little FOCer has a built-in one. But if we're going to be using the cheap FOCer, another one without a built-in Bluetooth, this could still be connected. So we pull through there and through there. With the Trotter, if you're going to keep this LED strip in here, it's easiest if you line the center one up with this hole, and that will make this go on perfectly. And if you've got everything lined up correctly, it should slide on pretty easily. You shouldn't have to beat it into place. And off in. Yep, everything looks like it's in there. Now that this is clamped on there, we'll go ahead and throw these ones in. Actually, turn that torque down. There we go. After these, throw a couple of these in there. Honestly, I'm probably just going to throw these in for now because this is just a test setup. So this is just a board that had the controller blown on it, and I know everything works on it. So basically I can just swap this out. This is just a test board. I am going to do a better VESC build, and I'll document that and show you the whole process. This right here is going to be swapping out the Little FOCer into an existing Trotter. So again, this build here is simply a direct replacement for the existing Trotter setup. What I've done is everything that's not needed has been tucked away over here, and I'm going to zip tie that up. The only things that are actually needed are the 3 phase wires, which I've already plugged in, and those plug in directly. Any order you want, because they can, the FOCer itself will map those, so those can get plugged in any order. And then the front foot pad sensor, which we have the connector right here, and then the hall sensor connector is right here. So the hall port goes into hall. And then as you can see, this wire right here is for the temperature sensor, which the Trotter motor does not have. So I have sealed it off, rubber on the end, so that's not going to touch anything. A direct plug into the hall sensor. This is our power wire that we hooked up. Route this around here. Plug it into the switch. Again, this here is your foot pad sensor. Now, however, until we get this tuned, we are not going to connect the foot pad sensor. We're simply going to connect everything except that. We're going to leave that off for now, so this is not getting hooked up. And the reason for that is that the way the sensor works on this is that the ADC voltages are reversed off normal. So what that means is that while running, it has 3.3 volts going without any contact. Once you depress the pad, it goes to 0 volts. So we had to get a custom package, which actually Nico Aleman helped create a custom float package for us on that is going to be uploaded, and that will reverse that input so that it'll work with us. But basically, once I plug this in, we should be able to calibrate this and run the IMU reading off of the VESC tool. So that's going to be the next step after this. And a lot of times there's a little spark as the capacitor charges up. It's nothing to worry about. If you hook it up backwards, that is something to worry about. And these T connectors are not the best. However, it's what comes with the current batteries, and obviously XT60s would be a better choice for the future, but we're going to work with these for now. There we are. And these will all get tucked. There's a bottom plate that goes in here, obviously. And a little bit of zip tie action, and this kind of clean up that cable spaghetti a little bit. But this should be, let's turn it on, make sure it powers on. And it does, you can see there. And it does not have any input right now, but I can still connect to the Bluetooth with my phone or my laptop, which we're going to go do right now. With some tweaking in the VESC tool and a custom float package from Nico. Oh yeah, baby. And even better, oh yeah.